In this video, I'm going to introduce to you a concept that will improve your mixes overnight. So when most people first start mixing, myself included, you just mix randomly. You don't really follow a certain system or process to actually mix your songs, and you just kind of throw everything at your tracks. Hopefully it sounds good at the end. This is kind of like trying to play darts, but instead of throwing with the same hand every time, you switch off your hands, you throw it between your legs sometimes, just different techniques to try to hit the dartboard. And once in a while, you might get lucky, but you can't consistently use that same technique over and over to actually get consistent results and nail the bullseye every single time. So what I'm going to be proposing to you is an alternative method of mixing, which will actually give you consistent professional results. When I first started using a systematic mixing approach, my mixes improved almost overnight because of the way that I could consistently know that I'm hitting every single step that I need to inside of the mix before actually moving on to the next step and then ultimately releasing the song. Part of this series that I'm doing, I also created 2 different guides for you to help you out as you're moving forward in your journey of mixing systematically. So the first one is going to be an EQ guide, which gives you all of the basic understanding of where the areas of interest when you're EQing each and every single instrument. This is just a guideline, but it also gives you some tools that you can use to understand what's actually wrong with your instruments and your tracks as you're diving into EQing various instruments. And then the second guide is a guide on compression. This is basically a 101 guide on what compression is and how to use it effectively. It goes through the 4 styles of compression so that you can understand exactly what I'm talking about throughout this series. So make sure you pick up both of those guides. You can find the link right below this video, or you can go to mastering.dinosaurdogstudio.com. The whole point of this is to not necessarily dictate exactly what you should be doing in your mixes, but to give you a systematized approach to approach your mixes with so that you can improve them over time. You can change the system to whatever your own preferences and idiosyncrasies are as a mixing engineer, but at the end of the day, following a system is going to be far superior because you can consistently get the same results every single time with your mixes. All right, so with that said, we're going to dive into the first step of the mix, which is gain staging.
In the darkest night, you and me, we have